All right, everybody, what's up? It's your boy Ed Honcho. You know, this is South Sports. This is H-Town. You know what it is. Representing Space City, Clutch City, Crush City. You know what I'm saying? The Dynamo, the Astros, the Rockets, the Texans. It is what it is. And we talking Rockets today. It's the morning recap from last night's game. As y'all can see, I'm not even really super upset about it at all. Not even close to being upset about it because if you watched my game three prediction video, I called it, and the game basically went exactly the way I called. I mean, like, I guess I'm an expert now because it pretty much went down the way I called it. Even though towards the end I was about to call. I mean, before the game started, I wanted to switch my prediction and say that it was going to be a Rockets victory. I thought they were going to make the announcement yesterday. I guess I got some wrong information about the MVP, and I figured that would just set James off. But as you see, man, the Rockets played poorly. I mean, they really did. They played really poorly, and still made a run for it at the end. It could have, I mean, still could have won the game, and it would have been great just to see the OKC fans' faces if James would have made that last shot. There was a couple of missed calls at the end of the game. That tripping call was important. He got hit on the elbow on one of those shots, the second to the last shot. You know, no foul call. The thing about me with the refs is inconsistency. I won't say it was just as bad a game last night as that game two was. Um, Now, if you guys see the difference in how the Thunder were able to compete, is fucking Russell Westbrook actually distributed the ball. He didn't come out chucking that motherfucker. He didn't come out throwing it all over the fucking place. He actually handed the ball off, allowed his teammates to get into a groove. He must have watched my video because I said in the other video I told about why he'll never be an NBA champion, you know, unless he changes up his game and his playing because he doesn't allow for teammates to get into a rhythm. So you don't know who's having a hot night. You don't know who else could be on fire because he's chunking up the ball a million times and still fucking inefficient. James Harden had 44 points on 21 shots. I think at one point, Russ, what did he have? He had 31 on like 29, something crazy. I mean, something ridiculous. Almost took as many shots as he had points. Again, like last time, that's ridiculous. And then the still to count that you had what 10 shots at the free throw line. I mean, Russell he's awful as far as efficiency. I don't care what anybody says. The dude is the least efficient player in the fucking league. To get that much PT, to get that much playing time, and just consistently be, I don't know. Like I say, even when you did good on a good night, it still wasn't good. I mean, he was making shots and they were falling for the most part. But I mean, if that's the guys that y'all gonna vote in as MVP, I don't know, man. Like that's what I say. The MVP award doesn't mean shit anymore. If you guys are gonna give it to a six seed, inefficient ass, just because he puts up a bunch of numbers because it looks good. But you guys, you know, it's a lot of ESPN fans out there. You know, ESPN has ruined sports. Realistically, I mean, it was cool when it was the first sports network. You got sports all the time, but what ESPN ended up doing is just, you know, implementing a lot of bias, a lot of opinion, and a lot of you know, media fanfare. So they've been able to sway a lot of decisions that go into sports because they have an agenda, and you know they put it out there. But like I say, you know, even like last time when the Rockets won, you know, all they talked about was Russell Westbrook. They showed nothing but Russell Westbrook highlights from that game. That's why motherfuckers don't understand substance and value and stuff anymore because people go for the flash in the pan and people, ESPN told me with their advanced metrics that they made up yesterday that Russell Westbrook is the only player in 3 days to do this. And it's like, who cares? Like, you know, so like I say, you know, ESPN has to push a big story. You know what I mean? The NBA needs this series to become a series. It's not really a series because, like I said, the Rockets played piss poor. Only had like 10 assists. I mean, just well below their averages in almost every category. And still, the Thunder had to fight for their lives. And the thing about this is, man, it said the Thunder played the best game that they will ever fucking possibly play. That's the best the Thunder can play. Like, hands, that's the best that they can do. I don't care what that is the best that the Thunder, that's the best product the Thunder can put out on the court. The Rockets with a subpar, half-assed effort. Motherfuckers out there playing lackluster, didn't care. And like I say, even with the referee, a couple of them calls, them shady calls that were against them that were going the other way, that they weren't getting on the back end. And like I say, I can't even be bad about that because you already know they got to make it a series. This is unbalanced. They got to make it look like Russell's going to deserve the MVP, so they got to give him one. But like I said, even with that, it still came down to a motherfucking OKC fans biting their nails, hoping and praying. And, they know just as well as the Rockets fans know that OKC can't compete. But that's what they were talking all that craziness about, oh, we ain't got talent. But the dudes that showed up on the court last night were balling. But the reason they don't get to do that on a nightly basis is because the guy, the field general, the guy in charge of all that, would rather get his triple-double numbers, would rather get his personal stat sheet stuffing going on instead of getting the team the W. You know what I mean? So as you can see, who's more concerned about W's, who's more concerned about stuff in the stat sheet and where that gets you. So one team is up 2-1. The other team barely got away with a victory. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's ridiculous. They were up at one point, like I say, 15, 16 points. Rockets come back. They were up, bounce back, pull up to 10. Rockets come right back. I mean, and that's with the Rockets playing poor. I mean, the Thunder had to play a fully complete game of basketball. And the Rockets might have actually gave a whole, I can't even say the Rockets played a good quarter worth of basketball. And what I'm saying is just throughout the entire game, you took in the spurts. They have a 2 or 3 minute run here, bam, get them back in the game. 2 or 3 minute run here, they get them back in the game. I don't know if they really just had a full, good 15 minutes of basketball in them. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, if there was a full 15 minutes played, a full 12 minutes played of good basketball. Like I said, it was just a bunch of little runs here and there, and they would get off and they would get hot and get back in the mix. But like I said, Rockets, they have not played a good game yet. And that's what I said in my Game 3 prediction video is that the reason why I thought that they would lose this game, and I did say that Anderson would get on this game, which he did. The reason I said that I thought they would lose this game is because they haven't had that jolt that they need because they've been able to win, and been playing lackluster. Nobody's really hitting, nobody's on. And then, like now, even still, like, oh, maybe we should cut it on, and they still making a run. Like, so what I think happens is now they're like, these motherfuckers done made us have to play. They made us sweat. We have to work now. They're going to come out in Game 4 and bust that ass. I mean, the Thunder is they're throwing everything they have at them. They've probably put everything they got in the playbook on the table. And at this point, so the Rockets know what they're up against. They know how to play it. They know, how they're coming at them. And they're not worried. I mean, like, even if you see the comment, it's like, nobody's frustrated. Nobody's angry. Nobody ever got to the level of where Russell Westbrook is. Mr. ESPN loves the line, but I don't give a fuck about it. That type of shit is crazy. The fact that he only got charged $15K for actually cussing him when what's his name actually was the Memphis coach was telling the truth, but you can't talk about the refs because when they fuck up, they're perfect. With that dumb shit. I fucking hate referees. Anyway, I mean, it's a hard job, but the fact that you can't point out the fact that they made an obvious mistake, it's human error. Point out the mistakes and find ways to correct them from happening again. But if you just act like, no, we didn't make a mistake and we're going to fine you for even talking about it, man, that's how you stagnate the game. That's why it doesn't, that's where it doesn't grow. That's where you lose viewership and you start fucking shit up. I mean, crazy shit like that. Motherfuckers rolling all around the ground and just crazy, crazy things. But anyway, like I said, I called it, so no surprise, not upset about it. Not in the slightest. Like I said, you don't believe me, you go check the video, it's up. I'm always keep them up no matter what. So, you could throw the pie in my face if I did it. I eat crow if I got to. But, I'm pretty much, I stand by my statements because I feel like I'm usually pretty right about a lot of stuff. So, and if you disagree, well, I don't give a shit. But I know. So like I said, you can go back and watch that Game 3 video. I'll probably put a link up to it, a Game 3 prediction video. And I've just deemed myself an expert because I was right about a bunch of the stuff that happened. So I guess I could work for ESPN now because a lot of those guys have about the same credentials, a little bit of sports background, some of them only some collegiate background. I got that. And, talk about a bunch of opinions. So, I should work for ESPN, but I wouldn't do that because there's a bunch of shit. I'd rather be on South Sports talking shit with y'all, talking about my H-Town. So I ain't got to fill no agenda. because I can be honest and be the homer that I am. Anyway, H-Town, Houston fans worldwide, wherever you may be, even if you're only tuning in to check out this OKC versus the Rockets playoff series. If you're a Thunder fan and you want to hate, man, talk shit, but you know you can't. I don't. The Thunder fans really ain't talking shit because they know what's up. Even though they're happy about getting that victory, you don't hear any Thunder fans talking about, "Oh, we back in the series," because they see how hard, how fucking hard the OKC had to play to fucking get in the mix. And I lied. I did say I was gonna try to find that reporter from Game Two who was talking about how much better OKC was than Houston, and I was gonna troll him this game. My phone died. I couldn't find it, but I'm gonna try to find that video, and I'm gonna find out who he is, and I'm gonna do some trolling. If you know who it is, man, you know, send me the send me the Twitter handle or whatever. Anywho, no, I'm not. So this your boy Ed Honcho, and you know what it is. Not sad, not concerned, not worried. Like, it was a great game last night. Very entertaining. Rockets take the next two games. They really wanted to win it at home anyway. They didn't want to share that love with OKC. They wanted to bring it back to Houston for y'all so that when they win the game, you know, they can go to the club right after and y'all can celebrate. You know, we can all celebrate. We can all turn up and all that good stuff. But anyway, you know, I'm just talking shit. This one game. Game 3 I called it. Not worried about it. I called this series in 5. It will be done in 5. Everything's on track for what I'm calling. So stay tuned for more predictions. Like I say, I might as well go ahead and call Game 4 a victory now. So this ain't the game for a prediction, but you know, just in case some nuances come up over then, I'll have another one before the game. So like I say, man, your boy Ed Honcho, deuce up right here, the real Ed Honcho, Instagram, Twitter, right here, Twitter fingers. Anyway, check it out. Fuck with your boy. Holla at me. It's too early. Deuce up. You know what that means. I'm out. Now I'm out.